Hey y'all, welcome to the Big Bear Homestead. And today we're going to have fun with essential oils. I have a great project for you. Okay, so with essential oils, there's 3 different ways that you can use them. You can use them topically, ingest them, or aromatically. This project we're doing today actually covers 2 of the 3, and actually you could probably eat it if you wanted to, but wouldn't recommend it. Anyway, so what we're going to make is Aromatherapy Play-Doh. I'm really excited about this, guys, because all of these ingredients you already have lying around your house. And it takes absolutely no time to make, and you can tailor what kind of Play-Doh you want based on what mood you're trying to accomplish. Whether it's you're trying to get to sleep, you're trying to focus more, you're trying to wake up in the morning, whatever. Because what will happen is with the Play-Doh, and guys, don't try to tell me the Play-Doh is for kids, because I have seen adults, I used to teach preschool, and every adult, if they've got a can of Play-Doh in front of them, they can't help but open it up and start playing with it and mashing it around, rolling it up, making balls out of it, making snowmans. I've seen it way too many times. So that's why I was really excited about this, because I could see just the average person, because they have stress balls and things like that people will manipulate and play with. So I thought this would be a really good practical project for people to use their essential oils with, because not only when you're manipulating the Play-Doh are you getting it into your skin topically, but also as you're moving it around, you're releasing that oil to where it's an aromatherapy, and you get it on your hands so that you're smelling it. And that, I think, is really cool. So the ingredients are really simple. You're going to need 1 cup of flour, okay? You'll need a 1/2 cup of salt. You need 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. Now this is what will make the Play-Doh have that consistency of Play-Doh. If you don't have it, that's okay. You don't have to put it in, but the consistency will be a little bit different. You're also going to need some kind of oil. You can use olive oil, vegetable oil, whatever kind of cooking oil you have. It is 1.5 tablespoons of oil. Then you're going to need 1 cup of water. You'll need food coloring. Again, this is kind of optional, but it's kind of fun to play around with the different colors. So you might have like blue for if you're depressed and want to feel happy, or if you're trying to focus and you want to have a bright, happy day, you might do yellow. So you can have fun with the colors. And then the other thing you'll need, obviously, is your essential oils. And again, this is one of those things where you can tailor what kind of Play-Doh you're trying to make. So let's go ahead and get started. It's very, very easy. You're going to go ahead and take all of your dry ingredients, okay? So your cup of flour, you're going to put that in there, okay? And then your salt, put that in there. And then the cream of tartar, put that in there. And you want to make sure that those are all mixed together really well before we start putting in the wet ingredients. So the water, the coloring, and the essential oil you're going to put in last, okay? So let's mix that all together, okay, to where it's one consistency. You can see where the salt and the flour, everything all mixes together. Make sure if there's any clumps that you kind of smooth those out so that we don't have any issues later when we're trying to get it all to mix together. Okay, then the next thing you'll do is go ahead and put your oil in and your water. Okay, let's mix that together, and then we'll put in the food coloring. Okay. All soupy, as you can see. And what we're going to do is we're going to add some heat to it. And as the heat kind of slowly cooks this mixture, it'll turn into a ball. You'll see that in just a second. All right. Now this might be better to use a whisk. I might try that here in just a second. All right, I'm gonna mix this up and I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, so I got it all mixed together really good. We're gonna go ahead and put in our food coloring. Ladessa requested green, so we're gonna do green. And let's just do a couple of drops. Let's do 3 and see what happens. Mix it all together and see just how green it gets. Wow, that's not real green. Let's see. That's 3. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, that would be 10 drops. Let's see what that does. Let's go with 15 and I think we'll be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there you go. So about 15 drops for the colors. I would think for the lighter ones, so like yellow or your pastels, you might need to do a little bit more than that. But that to me looks like a pretty good green color. I kind of like that. Let's scrape off the sides. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you want to turn on the heat. And we're going to put this on at medium-low, okay? So we'll put it on medium-low. And we're just going to stir it until it turns into a ball of Play-Doh, okay? Alright, so this is probably going to take a little while, so I'm going to do this. You guys go grab some popcorn and I'll meet you back here in a few minutes. Okay, so now that we've got this mixed into a ball, it takes about 3 or 4 minutes, and I will tell you it is a workout on the forearms because you really want to consistently keep stirring it, and what will happen is it starts to solidify, and when it's done, it turns into Play-Doh. And what we'll do now is we're going to mix the oils that we want in. I'm going to do peppermint and wild orange for concentration and being alert. I think this would be a great mix for your children if you homeschool. It gives them something to kind of play with and manipulate while they're doing their studies. Keeps their brains active and busy. Keeps their hands busy so that their brains can concentrate on what they're learning. So you're going to do 6 drops of oil. So we're going to do 3 wild orange and 3 peppermint. Okay? So, come on, wild orange. 1, 2, 3. Oops. And 1 to grow on. Okay. And then peppermint, we'll do 3 of those as well. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then of course we're going to have to kind of mix that up. And then what you're going to do is you want this to sit and cool for about 3 or 4 minutes. So what I'm going to do is, this is kind of warm, but I'm still going to use my hands to kind of mix it all together. Be very careful because this is still really hot. But in order to get those oils mixed in there pretty good, I want to kind of move it around a little bit. But as you can see, guys, the consistency is just like Play-Doh. I'm really pleased with this. Now, this makes a pretty decent size amount of Play-Doh. You could potentially take this Play-Doh, break it apart into 2, because it looks to me almost like this is maybe the equivalent of 2 of your regular size Play-Doh canisters. And what you can do is break it up into 2, and then you've got 2 different batches. You could do one that is for concentration and then one maybe for sleepy time. So if you have a younger child, maybe like 7, 8, 9, that fights going to sleep every evening, you could have wind down time in the evening where after bed you read a story and maybe they play with the lavender Play-Doh before they go to bed. That's a thought. So basically all we're going to do now is just let it cool for a few minutes, and then it'll be time to play around with it. Okay guys, we got it out. It's cooled down, and you can tell it's really green. That's pretty cool. And like I said before, this is a pretty decent amount of Play-Doh. And again, with my argument about adults not being able to play with Play-Doh, I can't even just sit here and hold it without squeezing it. So basically what you want to do is, this will last a few months, as long as you keep it in an airtight container. So what I'm going to do is just put it into one of my jars here for now until I can get, I think what I'm going to do is get some of those like Ziploc take-along containers that are smaller. And then what you can do is break them up into a couple of, like this right here is usually the amount that you would get in a canister. So you could break it up into at least 2, if not 3, of these amounts here, and that would be perfect for a child to just kind of manipulate and play around with while they're listening to a study or whatever. I'm really excited about this, can you tell? Anyway, I'm really glad that you guys came to visit with me and kind of watched me make this fun, and I'm sure now you're ready to go make it yourself, so I'm gonna let you go. And thanks for stopping by the Big Bear Homestead, guys, and have a nice day. Okay guys, I know I already did my have a nice day thing, but there's something that's really important here that I wanted to make sure that you guys keep in mind. If you're making this for children, they do have a tendency to put things in their mouth. So please pay attention right now when I tell you this. If you're going to add essential oils, please make sure that it is something that is okay to ingest, even in small quantities. Because you don't want your child, like for instance eucalyptus, you don't want eucalyptus in the essential oil and then they eat it. They could make themselves really sick. So before adding your essential oils, make sure that the oils you're putting in are okay for ingestion. Just my 2 cents. You know how much I care about you guys, so I want to make sure you do everything right and nobody gets sick. So, with all that being said, let's try this one more time. Thanks for stopping by the Big Bear Homestead, guys, and have a nice day.